So look at this. So the hurricane actually blew out all of the stuff down here. It just blew it out. Now this is Hurricane Ian, not Hurricane Milton, not Hurricane Helene. So the question is, wonder if there's any valuables left. Is there anything here that's worth any money? All right, so here we are. I've been watching this house since Hurricane Ian hit. It's the weirdest thing. Look at the way that this thing got blown out. It's the strangest house in the sense that I kept thinking, wonder who's going to get this house, who's going to end up tearing it down. You know, it's going to be one of us, because this is not one that you would say, but look at that. So basically Hurricane Ian kind of blew out the whole first floor of this thing. And if you look back here, come back here for a second. This is the driveway. That's how much sand Hurricane Helene and then Hurricane Milton piled on top of it. So they've been cleaning all this up since Milton and Helene hit, and also since Ian hit. So meanwhile, this house looks like it's like 2 foot shorter than it really is. So interesting stuff. Okay, so we're right on the beach here. This is Hickory Boulevard, Bonita Springs. So look at this. So the hurricane actually blew out all of the stuff down here. It just blew it out. Now this is Hurricane Ian, not Hurricane Milton, not Hurricane Helene. So meanwhile, you got every house down through here, and you got, come and check this out. Okay, here's what they call the DEP line. This is the Department of Environmental Protection line. From here to there used to be another 50 to 100 feet of the beach. So meanwhile, these guys are all down here. They're construction crews, and they're working on putting this beach back together. So this pile of sand here might have to go down the street and be sifted through and put it back on the beach. So these guys went ahead and pushed it out here already. So now, is the city going to allow it? Now look over here. Look at how much sand has been brought up out of the beach area. Okay, they've already dug theirs out. Look at the sand level on the fence. You see it? So that much sand got put up here. Look at the difference between that elevation and this elevation. That's 3 feet. So that house, this house, is 3 feet, another 3 feet down before you get to the pavement or the concrete. So meanwhile, this house got just pummeled by Hurricane Ian. The beach again is another 100 feet out. So we're going to show that to you as part of this video in the drone. So the question is, wonder if there's any valuables left. Is there anything here that's worth any money? So we're scavengers. We're coming down here. Talon told me about this job yesterday. I got super excited about it. I called up Hudson, who's running the camera, and I said, we got to go check this out. And Hudson got excited about it too, because it's very unique. So here we are. We're going to walk into this house. So this right here has got 2 to 3 foot of sand. Okay, on this, all this underneath here. So we're walking in. We're looking for, you know, did they leave the furniture? Did they leave any appliances? You know, stuff like that. It's to us, they're all hidden finds. They're hidden because we haven't seen them yet. So This has been just totally destroyed. So these were probably, when they were built, this was legal. Currently, FEMA wouldn't allow you to have units down here on this first floor. The reason is they don't want to keep paying for it. So if you look over here, look at the electrical setup. This thing has been destroyed, it's been cut off, and it's not connected anymore. So down here, there really isn't anything that's worth messing with. So Hurricane Ian, it basically pulled the drywall off, ripped the doors off. The furniture was probably laying out in the front yard. So all of this got destroyed. It blew out the front door. You know, this building is built on pilings. So you can see some of the pilings are right here. So this was probably a porch area that they connected to. So meanwhile, here's the staircase going up to the second floor. And hurricanes are hard on handrails, huh? All right, so let's go check this out. Let's see if we get any goodies out of here. The question is, that will be hard to get out. Is that worth messing with? And that's a pretty cool thing, but okay, I'm going back to my experience. My experience tells me that stuff like that, we take them out all the time. We can't sell them. We don't have that kind of a marketplace. That is going to work great in Colorado or Michigan or Gatlinburg. It doesn't work here. It's got it's a different flavor. It's cool, but somebody who moved down here brought that with them from probably up there. If you look behind me, that's a hurricane window. So that's a find. That's something that most demo companies and stuff are not going to mess with that, but we will. To me, that's like $2.99. The one behind you here is another $2.99. This is not something we're going to mess with. Now this is a real good find. It's a compact kitchen. A lot of people need little kitchens like this. The countertop itself, we'll take it because it's got the sink in it, okay? Basically this color of countertop, we have a hard time selling it. But for someone that has got a rental property, he's doing a little tiny unit, this is perfect for them. And if I include the top, it makes it so easy for them to take this, and you know, I'll probably get $1,200 for that. We've got the vanity here, same thing. Now this is not the dark brown, so this will probably sell. This is dark, this is dark. It is solid wood, okay? It is dovetailed, expensive, soft close, very expensive setup. So something like that, $2.99, $3.99 is what we would ask for it. Stuff like this, we're not gonna mess with because they just don't sell. Why? No idea. So this setup right here, this door and this would be at least $1,500 to $2,500 if you had to install it. Most of these kind of things are built a certain way. What people don't realize is what you need to do is you either need to bring your wall in or bring your wall back to make them fit so you don't have to buy a new one. So a lot of guys have been at it for a long time. They know that and they do that. Most do-it-yourselfers don't figure that out. So they don't buy stuff like this. Now meanwhile, another hurricane window, okay? So we got the kitchen, vanity, 3 hurricane windows so far. Now we'll come in here, same thing, hurricane window, okay? That fan, that's potentially, we probably won't take that, only because it's been on the beach. The beach air is, it's got acid, it's kind of got acid in it. It's pretty bad, so there's nothing in there. All right, so now we have slider. And these are definitely hurricane rated sliders. So something like that, you know, we'll take them out, probably ask $2,500 for them. Same thing for that one. So that's a double one. So this one here, that one folds back into this kind of like a pocket. So this, you could open this wide open. Plus there's another set. So that's 3 sets of sliders. That's a muy bueno. Check that view out. Ain't that crazy? We just had a helicopter go by a few minutes ago. Right here, these right here are more hurricane windows. And again, this kind of stuff will get overlooked mostly by the people that do demo. They're not going to do this. It's an extra effort. It takes time to do it. It takes time to get them out. And so there's 2 more hurricane windows. Let's go check this bathroom out. All right, now these are current colors. This will sell for sure. This will sell for sure. And this was not painted, so that's the way this is made. This is not a really expensive set, but it looks nice. The jetted tub, no. This, yes. But look at what the salt air does to this stuff. This has been sitting here since Ian, so it's been sitting here for 2 years. It just eats everything. The salt air is just crazy acidic. So come on back in here. Toilets, ever since Home Depot started selling $100 toilets, we can't hardly sell a toilet. So we don't sell them anymore. Now this, on the other hand, this is $700 if you go to Home Depot. Okay, in the range of $700. So we'll pull that out. So we're gonna pull this out, pull that out. You got 2 vanities, the kitchen, the sliders. You got these light fixtures, 2 more windows. So the hot water heater, when you see them and they're white like that, they're 20 years old. They're too old to mess with. Typically, I don't like to mess with them if they're over 5 years old. Now this right here, this is another thing that this door is something we would normally mess with, but you see how it's binding up? That means it's exploded. Now this right here, this is another hurricane window, and we'll pull that out. So this is a very good find. Now when we drove by this, when I've been driving by this, I've been watching this house because it's just really weird, seeing it all blown out underneath like it is. It looks almost like there's just a 2x4 or 2 2x4s holding up the whole corner of the house, which technically it is. There's not a lot of weight over there because that's the other part of the, that's just kind of like a carport. It's just a roof. So you might say, hey, what are you going to do with all that sand? Well, guess what? That's part of this whole thing. So what we'll do is we'll pile the sand up, and as we're getting done, we'll make a pile right there, or we'll make a pile over here on this, on the street, and it'll be for the guys to pick it up and take it down and process it. Basically run it through this big sieve. So that is a part of this demo. So when will we be demoing this? Probably sometime in the next, it'll be sometime in the next month. Plus a couple more things we never really talked about, never really looked at when we were downstairs, but hurricane window, hurricane window, hurricane window, hurricane window, hurricane window, okay? So we'll get all that. The other thing is there's going to be some scrap metal up there. The HVAC system is going to be up there, so we'll have an HVAC. The inside unit is going to be up there. So one more time, talking about what Hurricane Milton did. Hurricane Milton pushed so much sand up into and across and underneath these houses and out onto the street. That is an example, if you've been following what we're doing, that's an example of a pile of sand that has to be relocated down to that sand pile. It's got to be cleaned and brought back. This same thing here. If you look down there and look at that, and look at that car down there. So that whole lot has 2 to 3 foot of water or of sand on it. All of that, that's probably 10 dump truck loads. That's probably 25 or 30 dump truck loads. This over here, same thing. They weren't allowed to do that. They did it. Whether or not they'll let them leave it there or not, I hope they will. Otherwise, us taxpayers are going to pay for them to haul it to the street, haul it down to the sand pile, clean it, and bring it back and put it back on the beach. Okay, one more thing. Do you see that line out there? You see that dark area? That buoy would have been 100 feet off of the beach. So right here, this beach was about another 50 foot out. Okay, so, or they just put that in since the Hurricane Milton happened. But the beaches here are between 50 and 100 feet smaller than they were. And you can see it when we run our drone on it. Well, you'll see the drone shots for this job. So Remove It Pro's demolition. We're just talking about what happened after Hurricane Milton, and this is a demolition for us, a building demolition. We'll also show this one being torn down. This is a big frame building, so it should go fairly quickly. And we got some fines here. There's probably $15,000 to $20,000 worth of fines here, even though this place is mostly empty. So it's Removing Pros Demolition. Please leave us a comment. Tell us what you're looking to see. Please subscribe, pass this on to a friend, and we'll see you on the next video.